Here's the uncomfortable truth. If you can stay consistent with Netflix but not with your own goals, then it's not a discipline problem, it's an identity glitch. Think about it. You can binge 8 hours of show with Olympic level focus, snacks lined up, phones on silent, zero distractions, but ask the same brain to follow a workout plan and suddenly you're too tired, too busy, or now feels like a great time to reorganize my entire Spotify playlist. Most people blame motivation or willpower, but the real issue is much simpler. Your brain is still loyal to the old version of you, the one who hits snooze, the one who quits on day 4, and the one who says starting Monday on every single Monday. Psychologists call this identity-based resistance. Your brain refuses to upgrade while your self-image stays outdated. So the problem isn't your discipline, it's the identity behind your discipline. Because if you don't see yourself as the kind of person who does the thing, then your brain will eventually reject the thing. Let that sink in. Your brain is not lazy, it's just loyal. It's loyal to the version of you it already knows. And that's the twist nobody gets. You're not inconsistent because you're weak. You're inconsistent because your current identity is fighting for survival. In Atomic Habits, James Clear says, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. So every time your habits don't match who you believe you are, your subconscious starts pushing back like, wait, since when do we wake up at 6 a.m. and meditate? Who do you think we are? Tony Robbins? Every time you're on a streak, whether it's saving money, working out, or finally sticking to that content schedule, there is this quiet moment right before you fall off. And in that moment, you tell yourself a micro lie, something like, I'll just skip today and double tomorrow. It sounds harmless, right? But that's basically your brain trying to restore comfort because it's wired or designed to prioritize familiarity over progress. Behavioral economists call this future discounting. Your brain values a $5 dopamine hit now than a $50 payoff later. And that's why we'd rather scroll than build something. But here's the wild part. If you zoom out, this pattern looks like a pendulum. You push forward, it swings back. You save money and then you overspend. You work out, but then you end up binge eating. And it always just returns to the same comfort zone. The late Jim Rohn once said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. And he's right, but what most people miss is your bridge keeps collapsing if the person walking across don't believe they belong on the other side. So how do you fix it? You try to lower friction between the person you are today and the person you're trying to be. And it starts with something I call the custodian rule. Think of your life like a shared game save. Today you is just the custodian. You don't have to win the whole game. You just need to leave the controller in a better spot for the tomorrow you. And if resistance shows up, it's fine. Just play the next 5 minutes well. Because 5 minutes done is infinitely better than 5 hours planned. Starting a task, even for 2 minutes, reduces resistance by over 60%. That's how you outsmart the brain. You make starting so easy that it just cannot fight back. And while everyone else out there is chasing morning routine as if they're collecting Pokemon, you only need one keystone habit, one behavior that just locks everything else in place. Charles Duhigg on The Power of Habit called it the one domino that topples the rest. For some people, it's exercising. For some people, it's journaling. For me, it was waking up and writing for 5 minutes before checking my phone. That tiny habit created a ripple effect, cleaner mornings, better focus, and sharper thinking. Because when you pick the right keystone habit for you, it's not just a habit, it becomes a leverage. And that's where consistency actually begins, not from discipline, not from hype, but from alignment. Now, once you've got that one keystone habit, you got to protect it like it's Wi-Fi on a Zoom call, because consistency isn't built in a day, it's built in a chain. And that's where the law of 100 comes in. Do that one thing, just one thing for 100 days straight. No skipping, no catch-up days, no I'll start over Mondays. Even on bad days, do the worst day version. Jerry Seinfeld used this trick when he was still a struggling comic. He put up a massive wall calendar, wrote jokes every single day, and crossed off each date with a red X. After a few weeks, the chain of excess got so long that he just refused to break it. And it's not superstition, it's neuroscience. Our brains release dopamine every time we complete something that's visible, and it's called the Zeigarnik effect. We are wired to finish what we can see. So make progress visible and build your chain. And if you ever feel stuck, just remember this. Consistency isn't about how perfect you are, it's about how fast you recover. Harvard psychologist Dr. Daniel Gilbert once said, "Human beings are works in progress that mistakenly think they're finished." That's why we quit too soon, because we think that falling off means failure. But falling off is part of the process. The only mistake is staying off. Now here is how to lock it all in. The 4-step consistency system. Step 1. Identity cue. Start your day with this line: "I'm the kind of person who keeps small promises to myself." That rewrites the reticular activating system in your brain, the filter that decides what you notice. And now you're primed to notice proof that supports that identity. Step 2. Worst day version. Shrink the habit until it's friction-free. If your goal is 50 minutes at the gym, maybe go for 10 minutes. If it's journaling 1 page, write just 1 sentence. You're training the identity and not the intensity. Step 3. Proof list. Write 1 line at the end of each day. Something like, "Kept my word today." It's like collecting receipts for your future self. The more you stack, the stronger your beliefs become. Step 4. Micro-lie intercept. When the voice whispers, "I'll double tomorrow," just smile and do 1 small act right at that moment. That single act flips the narrative from guilt to momentum. And here's a metaphor I love: the forest path. In the beginning, every new habit feels like cutting through a dense forest with a machete. It's exhausting, but every time you walk that same path, the leaves flatten, the dirt hardens, and the path becomes much clearer. Soon, it becomes easier to just walk the path than to explain why you didn't. That's neuroplasticity in action, your brain rewiring to make good choices automatic. But let me tell you the 2 things that kill consistency faster than anything else. Number 1, the all or nothing mindset. You think missing 1 day erases progress. Well, it doesn't. It just means that you're human. But missing 2, however, it means that you're building a pattern. Number 2, waiting to feel ready. If you wait for motivation, you will wait forever. Motivation doesn't start action. Action starts motivation. And that's straight from psychologist Dr. Angie Huberman, who found that the brain's dopamine spikes after effort and not before. So stop waiting to feel ready and do something that's so small that it's laughable, because laughter, it kills resistance. Here's your challenge, the 48-hour test. For the next 2 days, pick your 1 keystone habit. Do the 5-minute version of it and just mark your red X. And just write 1 line in your proof list. That's it. Do this for 2 days. Because 2 days is all it takes to slow down the pendulum. And once you actually see that streak forming, you will realize something wild. You never lacked discipline. You just lacked alignment. Discipline isn't the input, it's the output of identity. Once you fix that, consistency is an effort. It's who you are. And so protect the small promise and keep your streak. And if someone asks you how you stayed so consistent, just tell them that I stopped breaking promises to myself. And also, you can probably share this video with them if this helped. That's all I have for you today. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps to push this video to more people who need to watch this. I'm Anika. I'm a writer, a creative entrepreneur, and a pitch deck designer. On this channel, I talk about 1% businesses, AI, and human potential / self-mastery. So if this sounds like your jam, please take your shoes off and come on in by hitting that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Ciao for now, and I'll see you in the next one.